Hey, Tim Alden here. I want to do another video on how to carve some of our bellflower stencil flowers. And just I've got these other 3 videos. They're up online. Took a little break from this. We've been working on a bunch of other projects that are going to be coming out here pretty soon. But anyway, so I got my leather wet up. Just going to cruise around with my stylus. Trace this guy out. Okay, so now that we got that traced on, we're going to cut it with our swivel knife. This is the size 1 bellflower stencil. There's also a size 0 and a size 2 as well. So I got my Berry King swivel knife here. It's a 1/4 inch thin straight blade. Okay, now that we got our swivel knife work done here, go ahead and throw a weight on here and we'll start beveling. So I'm going to start out with my number 1 check beveler here. You see that? Yep. Okay. Things are a little tight right here, so I'm going to use my extra steep Berry King check beveler. Work that line there. And then I'm just going to go up to my number 2 Berry King checked beveler for the rest of this stuff. Okay, so now we got all of our beveling out of the way. We can start shading this guy. And I'm going to start out with my vertical lined thumbprint, and I'm just going to create a little bit of depth in the petals, in the back of these petals here. And so you want these lines radiating down towards that flower center. So as you put those in, just kind of keep that in mind. I don't cross over those petals. Want a little bit of depth there. And then I'm also going to create a little shading coming out on these little guys here. See that? And then I'm going to go to my number 1 smooth thumbprint that we've roughed up a little bit. We have these on the website, and we like them a little bit rougher than they come. Creates a little more burnished color. So I'm just going to kind of run it like a beveler here. Create some depth in that leaf that's coming over, and I'm going to run it a little bit further. Soften that a little bit further on that side as well. Kind of bring that around and make that kind of look like it's cupped and a little fuller on the inside of the petal. And then just a little bit of shading down here where that petal's turning back. I'll go ahead and put a little in here. Just shade right into that beveled line there, kind of soften that a little bit. And then again, I'm just kind of thinking of where my flower center is. Kind of running these towards that point. Soften that a little bit. Kind of get a little ripple effect there. Kind of drawing these guys down towards that center point of origin. So now once we're done with that, I'll take my stylus. You could take a molding tool or whatever, but I just kind of round that up on my bellflowers. If you wanted to, you could take a lifter, kind of pop under here, just kind of lift those, get a little more depth in there, and then we're going to take a number 2 lined veiner, get a little depth where all of our petals kind of come together. Okay, so we're ready for some deco cuts on this. And there's 1,000 ways you could carve this. This is just one way I have done it, and so feel free to make it better. So we're just going to come out with some kind of single point engraving style shading cuts. Coming out of there, create a little bit of depth. These guys will really hold some antique. Like these to have varying lengths. If you do them all kind of the same, just doesn't have as much kind of definition if you do like little groups where you'll have a long one, then a couple short ones, and a long one. Okay, so there's one way you can carve those guys. A lot of times I will also come back and kind of mold that petal there since it's rolling back. But anyway, that's one way to carve this one out. And thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.